Hello and welcome to our monoprinting collage tutorial. So you're going to create a colourful background either using sugar paper or tissue paper, using block areas of colour and layering them onto the page until you are happy, and that should only take, I reckon, less than a minute to do. It's a really quick activity just to stick down and for your page. You could have a blank page if you wanted to, or maybe leave it colourful. Now your next part is rolling the ink. Now I've left the audio on for this, so that's why the music's gone, because I want you to hear the ink. So you can hear me and I sound a little bit like a mouse, but I just want you to listen to the ink, because when it rolls out first it will sound really sticky, and you want to keep rolling it until you've got the space filled that you need, so your page will take up the area and so that the ink sounds almost dry when you're rolling it out. So you'll hear it sounds really sticky at first, but once you've rolled it out enough, it should begin to sound dry and it should look really smooth and almost matte and not too shiny anymore. Okay, if it's too much and if it's too sticky, and if you can hear your roller making a really liquidy sticky sound, that means you've got way too much ink. You only need a tiny splodge of ink and it goes really far. So it's really important that you're rolling your ink out properly. Then you can do a test print. So you can take a blank piece of page, not your colourful one, and just test to see if you've got the right level of ink and you've rolled it out enough, because you would hate to use your colourful background and have too much ink and then have to make another one. So you don't have to do the whole thing, just test and run your pen over your image and trace over it to create your print. And there I can see it's perfect. There's not too much ink and it's just the right level. It's a clear print there. So I've gone back over with a tiny amount, making that dry effect sound with my ink roller to make sure that I've got the right level of ink there. So you're going to trace over your image using your pen and applying a pressure. Now I didn't mention this in the test print, but it is really important that you try your hardest not to touch this print with your fingers, okay? Do not rest your hand on the page. Do not try, like you can see I'm just using my fingers at the edge to hold it down, and I'm really relying on the masking tape to stop the image from moving, because the more I put my fingers on the page, every piece of pressure, anytime I touch that page with my hand, that could create a print, okay? Any pressure will touch the ink and then that ink will be on your page, and you don't want those splodges on your page. You just want the pen marks that you're tracing. So be really mindful and careful of that. Just be really careful with your page and touching it, and don't be heavy-handed, but apply a lot of pressure with your pen. Almost try and keep your hand lifted off the page. Now peel it off really carefully if you're using a colourful background, because the tissue might stick to the ink. And that is it. So you can reflect upon how it worked. You can always create a different one if you want to, or you could think, actually I prefer it on the blank background. See what effect you prefer, and you can always put a little bit more ink and do it again, because it doesn't take long to trace them and you can create many prints from this. Okay, so enjoy experimenting, have fun, use these tips to help you, and enjoy creating your fantastic monoprints. Goodbye.